You always start. You better start.
Yeah, I'll start.
Because otherwise I'll freak out.
Okay,
Hey,
we're live.
we're live.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to the regular Wednesday night Hangout with Mentors. We are in our usual rare form. Susan Battle here, that's me. And that other girl, which wherever way she is, you find
Down
her.
below.
She's the blondie.
The blondie. I'm the blondie.
Is none other than the Tammy Montgomery. And
How are you tonight?
We're the Unstoppable Mamas. Yes, I'm fabulous today. Thank you, Tammy.
Good. I'm glad you're fabulous. You look fabulous and sound fabulous. So
You know,
we're
I'm
having
finally
fabulous
starting-
conversations.
Yeah, well, and I'm finally starting to feel back to normal. Today's really kind of the first day, so like 12 days or so.
Wow.
Just kind of feeling punk with the flu. So, yeah, it feels better.
Just don't send it over here, okay? Don't push it through the screen or nothing. Just keep it right to there, okay?
Yeah, it's not something you want to share.
No, I wouldn't say so.
Yeah. So, we come out to share every single week, multiple times a week, but on this particular time at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every Wednesday, and we call it Hangout with Mentors. And so our focus is always to share some pieces of us and what we're doing, what's working like right now, and value with our inner circle, our team, our members, our prospects, our clients, our leads, our inner circles, prospects, clients, and leads. So we just want to generously share what's working right now because we want to increase our circle and we want to keep on attracting amazing, shiny people. So that's kind of summarizes what we do. Do you have anything to add to that part, Tammy?
Hopefully this is live because I just got a Facebook inbox, which really scares me, the fact that they can't see it.
They can't see it?
Oh, okay. They can see it. Mark's watching us. Okay, good. So
Okay.
It is working.
Perfect.
I always worry.
I know.
Like, Tammy, Susan, sometimes our team members say, okay. Yeah, we like to share. We like to share, of course, once you join, you get the nitty gritty, but we like to share generally and just really give people an idea, not only, like you said, what's working, but also who we are, what we stand for, where we're going, the whole vision. Because I think a lot of times, just in the conversations that I have, people are just kind of floundering out there and they're not really sure where to sit. Does that make sense? Like where to go? Like literally they're aimlessly trying to make money online. They've tried it in the past. They've tried this lead generation technique. They've tried that, but you know what? It was not effective. So that's what we're going to do tonight is just really break it down for you. And just like Susan said, just really open up and go for it. I'm excited.
Absolutely. Maybe we'll just tell like a real Reader's Digest version of who we are so that if you're new to us, you have an idea of who you're listening to, you need to know a bit about who we are so that you can trust that we are delivering value and real things that work and real strategies, etc. And then if you are familiar with us, it's really important that you get used to sharing your elevator pitch, your who is you, help people get to know you. Know, like, and trust is the best way, especially to make big ticket sales, but all business connections, whether it's somebody that you're going to mastermind with or learn from or teach, you need to build the relationship, and that means exposing a little bit about you.
Exactly. And you get to go first tonight.
I knew you were going to say that.
Because I did last night, so you are tonight. Besides, I got a little tickle I got to get rid of first.
Okay, go ahead. So I'm going to keep it real short about me tonight. Yes, so I mentioned my name is Susan Batchelder. Lead generation specifically is one of the parts of the entire business that I'm obsessed about continuing to excel at and master, as well as Tammy. So that's one of our real magnetizing factors that keeps us together. Early on, I came online about 4 years ago, and one of the first things that that I recognized was how incredibly important it is to not only just be good at various strategies of lead generation, but to know what leads you're attracting into your content, because you can do a whole ton of lead generation, but if they're not into what you're offering, then you need to test it and tweak it. So that's a little like kind of just inside bit about me. It's a little bit obsessive.
Yeah, you think maybe?
Always improving it. So yeah, I'm a single mom of 2 teenagers, really busy family life. For example, I just had my mom, my mama here for 3 days. She had a kidney procedure, and actually in the last 4 months, she's had to have 5 months. She's had to have it done 5 times, and she gets anesthetic every time, and normal household stuff. And I absolutely love how this business allows me to intermingle my hours, my business meetings with Tammy, my masterminds with other people, the lead generation, all the components of the business. Is just, I can flex it around the life, right? And I also love to travel, and I can still work while I travel. If you look back at a few previous hangouts, Tammy and I did one of these Wednesday night Hangout with Mentors while I was in Vegas. So yeah, I just love how this business allows me to continue expanding my own freedom while helping others expand their freedom. Over to you, Tammy.
Okay, cool. And you know what? I think I'm getting a feedback. Hold on a second.
Is it my microphone or you?
You know, these Yetis are kind of tricky sometimes. I try to set them, and you know what's crazy is, like, from a blab to a Hangout, it's different.
Yeah, it is different, and it's also different where you're sitting. So, for example, where you're talking into it right now, it's like crystal clear. But then when you move around, it sounds different.
Yeah. Okay. I'll try to stay in one spot. Man, I'm antsy lately, though. I just have a lot of energy.
Maybe we need Yoda to give us some advice on the Yeti management.
Yeah. On the energy management, or you mean the
Yeti?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll ask you who that is after this. Okay. Distraction. See, we do that when we start talking about ourselves. I am a very compassionate person, but I'm very focused on other people. So it's very hard for me to talk about myself, but Susan has helped me into that direction of being able to explain who's Tammy Montgomery.
Everybody needs to know who Tammy Montgomery is, because she's absolutely amazing.
Okay, thank you. I absolutely have just the most utmost respect for Susan, because she has gotten me live on these Hangouts. So before, let's see, was it last March? So it hasn't even been a year that I've been getting on these Hangouts. And so before, I was just like scared to death. I was like, man, I'm not going to get on these Hangouts in front of people and talk to, people. I can do it on calls. I love the Monday night calls, and it's a different feeling. But hey, it's a lot different when people are saying, hey, I'm watching you right now, right? They're texting me and Facebooking me and saying, I'm watching you live. So I get a little nervous still. I can't help it, right? So the nice part about it is you don't have to be perfect to do this business. And I tell people that all the time. If you can just simply advertise a website, bring people to a webinar, and then follow up with your follow-up system, do it, or in this case, our callback team actually does a lot of the work, then you can do this business. It's simple. Who I am is I actually been self-employed for about 26 years, and my first business was a carpet cleaning business. We did have a mortgage broker and a real estate business for quite a few years. In fact, probably about 15 years. And that was just incredible. I've always liked to help people. I'm a people person, so I like to help people in different regards. Financially, it's always been that kind of field for some reason. And then at the same time, it's almost like a counseling position. You know what I'm saying, Susan? So I kind of have that way about me where people just feel really comfortable that they can talk to me, and and just really almost pour their heart out at me at some points is what I feel like. But for me, I wanted to be able to stay home with my kids. I have 2 kids, and when we moved back from Arizona, actually my son started getting bullied in school, and so I just simply could not see that happen, you know. So I wanted to make sure I could stay home with him, and I found these systems to be able to make money with. Plug in. I'm not a technical person. I do not know any HTML, none of that. I didn't want to learn it. I just simply wanted to follow a simple blueprint and then just live my life. Like Susan said, I love to travel. Been to Vegas many times since I started this. We go to Florida quite a bit to see my husband's family, and it's nice to be able to have that freedom to take off when you want. In fact, if you have internet connection, then you can work this business. So, but yeah, I absolutely love the time freedom and the financial freedom that this kind of business gives.
Absolutely.
So I skipped around a little bit, try to change it up a little bit, maybe for the people that have heard me talk before.
That's all right. It's awesome. And if you're sitting there wondering, and I know some of you are, whether you've already started or maybe you haven't actually set a business in motion online and you're just thinking about it. Either way, if you're kind of contemplate, you know, I don't know if I can do this, or I don't know how well I can do it, or I don't know if I can get to whatever your goal is, 10,000 a month, 20,000 a month. If you're wondering any of that, you absolutely can. And I'll tell you why. It's because Tammy already mentioned that she didn't know any of this stuff when she came online, right?
No.
The business side of it, yes, but the online part, she didn't. And I for sure didn't either. So we had to build our courage. We had to learn, and we did most of it all on our own with no mentors or kind of community or atmosphere. And for me specifically, I earned my first $10,000 from my bed. So I'm on my laptop right now, but I have my laptop with me in bed, and that's how I had to work. So yes, you can do it. And I was in pain 24/7, didn't feel good. And I just pushed through it, worked on my laptop, did what I could, and that's that. So yes, you can absolutely do it. Doesn't matter what situation, health, physically, time management, we can help you with all those details.
Mm-hmm. That's a really good point to bring up. Is a lot of times people, they see us, you know, and they see us on video, they see us, you know, on Facebook, whatever, because we are very transparent and social, because we are social people. You don't have to be like Susan and I. We didn't start out like on Facebook and on YouTube, and we didn't, you know, there's strategies and there's methods that I can teach people to literally get eyeballs to their website with Backpage, Craigslist, you know, things like that. And of course you, Susan, with your paid methods. And the thing is all you have to do is honestly make sure you get opt-ins to your list and to start that follow-up process. So the 3 steps we of course always teach, but think about it. When people come to me and they ask me, you know, or they say to me, well, you know, I have X, I have a full-time job, I have this, I have that. Think about it. Think about Susan and I, when we first started, we didn't have an income coming in. She literally had it cut off from her. What she just described was literally laying in bed, bedridden, you know, like she can't move, she can't go to work. So, and myself, I had no way to make the kind of money that I had to make to pay to cover the bills, you know? So when people say to us, well, how can I do that? Well, you just find a way. And if you want this kind of lifestyle, you can certainly take the steps, and we teach people how to start from, like Susan says, from where they are to now where they want to go. So if you want to make 5,000, 10,000, whatever your money goal is, you can certainly do that with this business.
Yeah. Yeah. And keep it real simple. Don't get complicated. Keep it real simple. Correct. And this isn't the first time we've talked about lead generation, and it's not going to be the last time. We're going to talk about lead generation a lot, because if you know how to do lead generation the proper way that reaches, resonates, and is relevant to the people that you need to share your product or service, the rest all falls into place.
It really does. And what do we focus on every time we have a meeting, Susan?
Lead generation.
Yep, exactly.
I mean, in the end, it pulls into, okay, how many conversions, how many sales, what are we going to do with this? What are we going to do with that? But the main focus is not sales. The main focus is lead generation, because if the sales aren't coming, there needs to be something tweaked with the lead generation.
Correct. So, exactly. And then I just thought, geez, this is the simplest thing I can do. I was taught the same thing. I was told the same thing. All you got to do is advertise. And it doesn't matter what business you're in, Susan. Let me tell you, if they want to be for themselves, self-employed, you want to know what your job is you're a marketer. And I learned this with the E-Myth with Michael Gerber. I mean, literally, if you are a bread maker, you're going to be a marketer of your bread. If you are a insurance man, you're going to be a marketer of your insurance. So anything. When I was a mortgage broker, I wasn't a mortgage broker. I was a marketer. Sure, the products were there, but what did we have to do? We had to bring people into that door. So what doesn't matter what business you are, if you have a Subway franchise or McDonald's, you got to get traffic through the door. Because if you don't, then you're going to be sitting there and you're going to be saying, oh my God, I have no sales coming in. So what's the reason? It's because you have no one coming through the door. So when we had our restaurant, I'll just tell a quick story. What did I have to do? I had to have a grand opening. I had to have a ribbon cutting ceremony. I had to talk in front of the mayor. I mean, I had to do a lot of those things that most people would be very, very hard, shy, right? So with this, you don't have to have a ribbon cutting. You don't have to speak in front of people. You can just simply plug in, start advertising, and then having people come through your door, your front door, I call it.
Yep.
Which which has got to be, in my opinion, one of the best business models ever. Honestly. Yep. Low overhead. I mean, literally low overhead. All your expenses are basically, you don't have a lease. We don't have to lease a building. Well, not yet until we get our corporate office. But I'm just saying, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
but as individuals getting started and individuals working with us,
you just have an internet connection and a phone. That's it. That's your overhead.
Yeah. I mean, and it's helpful if you have a laptop, but that's one of those things that, it's a fairly small cost. You buy it once and you have it.
Exactly.
Well, unless you have a PC, then you have to just keep on buying them again and again because they just.
I knew you were going to say that. My tower, knock on wood, has been really good, but I got one of those gaming units and it's like powerful. But my internet's not, it's slow. So which lead technique do you think we should focus on tonight? One, probably, right?
Yeah, I think one, but before I was hoping that before we talk about a specific technique, I kind of want to give a more detailed, like exactly what is lead generation, so that just really give them some nuts and bolts to go away with and do whatever strategy they choose to use.
That's a good idea. Great idea. Some people are like, yeah, what's a lead? Yeah. If you're listening to this, it means you're a lead. And if you're on our team, it means you need to generate leads, right? Basically.
Yeah. So what is the process of lead generation, and what does it mean for your business, and how do you do it effectively? Those three questions I kind of wanted to answer for people, because I just get the sense that way too many people aren't like real crystal clear on it.
Correct. I believe that too. Even I had a conversation with a guy today, and he said a lot of the gurus that are out there are not teaching what you and Susan are teaching.
No. So here's the thing. And if you don't have, I mean, you need an overall solid foundation. You need to have a product or service that's great, that fits with you and that people are going to want. And you need to be clear on why you're doing the whole thing. So of course that's important. But if your front end, so if your lead generation isn't good, then you're just going to keep on spinning your wheels. So the very first step in lead generation is to attract people. So there's that attraction. So you somehow get their eyes on your image, your link, your picture, your advertisement, your article, your blog post, your social media post. Doesn't matter where it is, you need their eyes on your stuff. And then what's the next step? you need to have a call to action, a very clear, simple call to action. And what do you want them to do? You want them to click on your link. When they click on your link, never ever, please don't share your sales page or an information page or anything. Always take people to a capture page. That's a lead capture page where they fill out a form and share with you their phone number, their email, their name, whichever you choose. Always an email, preferably. Tammy and I both believe strongly in collecting emails.
Yes, that's our hobby.
You need to be able to connect with the people. You need to be able to drip content with them, share value, other offers. When people buy once, if you're doing your work well, they're going to keep on buying from you again and again and again. So you got to be able to reach them. Otherwise, you're leaving money on the table. So it's really that simple. What is going to attract them, first of all? Just like Tammy was using the restaurant idea. If they don't even see the sign of the restaurant or see the door, they're not going to go through the door, and they're certainly not going to order a meal.
Nope.
So keep it real simple. Location is super important. Where are all the McDonald's? Why is their sign the highest restaurant sign always? Just think about the simple things. They grab your eyes. Think about the color. Yellow. Why is the Big M yellow? Why do you think that? And it's kind of an orangey yellow. Think about that. People are gonna click. People are gonna look if you're using colors that attract them, right?
Yep. He was the best marketer ever, I think.
Red
the food stinks, but he was the best marketer ever.
Yeah.
Seriously, Susan, sometimes that's the case. Like some of these companies and some of these, services, they may not be good services, but boy, oh boy, their marketing is unbelievable.
That's right. That is exactly right. And these aren't new concepts either. No. Back in the 40s, David, his name slipped my mind now. Ogilvy.
Yep.
He is kind of like the grandfather of this kind of attention. So he would give people a ton of value, and within it, frequently within this value-based article, call to action.
Exactly.
He was telling them what he wanted them to do, and it was very clear always.
Yes.
So yeah, that's how you get lead generation. Once you have the lead, then you share what your value is, your product, your service. But until that time, all you want them to do is be attracted and take action by clicking the link and sharing their information with you, wanting more. You want them to want more, but don't get too complicated in the beginning. Anything else you want to add there, Tim?
No, that's really good stuff. I mean, honestly, it really is. People need to know that in their mind, they can start sketching this out in their mind. They're like, oh, that's right. I remember coming to Susan and Tammy's website. I remember entering my email address. Now that's why I'm listening to this webinar, or now I'm connected to them on Facebook. And that's why Tammy and Susan have this about lead generation today. So they can see that that's all they got to do is just follow what we're doing. And that's the cool part, because it's all a duplicatable system that we have here for our members. It's duplicatable just like a McDonald's franchise. So when we find a lead strategy resource that works, then of course we're going to share it with our team.
Yeah.
So I think it's great how you're sketching this out in their mind.
Awesome. Thank you. So, we didn't even plan this. So what specific lead generation strategy would you like to share?
That's right. We didn't plan it.
No.
Well, I know what my favorite one is, but it's not always something that people can start out with. It's video. But I think let's just break it down for someone. Someone just inboxed me. So if you guys want to put it on if you do want me to share a certain strategy, then you can go to my Facebook page. And if you do like this training, just pop on there and comment below Susan's or my post, because I tagged her in this post here. You can inbox Susan because I'm not a very good multitasker. She is. She's always, I call her, you should have a nickname called Multitasking Mama, because you do a good job of it. Like today, I was actually texting someone, sending an email out, and inboxing someone at the same time. I did 3 tasks at once, but, and then I was telling Amanda how to finish the chicken and biscuits that we were making. So, hey, multitasking mamas, right? Unstoppable.
That's
mamas.
right.
What do you think we should teach them about unstoppable lead generation? Maybe Craigslist. I don't know. Is anybody commenting yet on our Facebook wall?
I'm just looking there.
Okay.
No comments.
Okay, I think I got an inbox, so I'm going to check it while we're talking.
Okay.
Let's see what they said. Oh, I have 5. Yikes. Mark, he loves Big Macs. He's always talking about food. He's so funny. Mark, I haven't had a Big Mac in 9 months. No, more like 2 years, because I did try to diet before.
No Big Macs. I haven't had a Big Mac in 30 years.
In the Sundays, he said too. See, I don't eat that food. I literally don't eat that food. I cut it out of my life. Okay. Seeing as how everybody's being goofy in my inbox right now, what do you think, Susan? Want to flip a coin?
Sure.
Okay. What do you have on your Canadian quarters? Because it's different than
heads or tails. It's a big moose.
Oh, you do? You have a heads or tails?
Mm-hmm.
There's that face again. Okay. What do you... Yeah, we do goofy faces, especially at live events. Which, by the way, we do have a request for a live event again. Anyway, lead generation. I'm going to go through a few that we do daily that we always have running for us. Video, of course, which is YouTube, but then there's other places that you can put your video. There's like 120 of them. And then we're not going to talk about blogging. I'm not a big blogger. That's, in my opinion, it's slow. Susan likes it, but we won't talk about that tonight.
I'm not talking about it tonight. I'm talking about it when I own this, when I just have the screen to myself.
Okay. I think, it's honestly, powerful. There's some days that I get so many leads that I'll say, okay, what'd you do today, Susan? You flipped on some sort of switch. But I mean, I do classifieds. I've always done classified ads because I'm a direct response marketer. So Craigslist is really awesome for top tier. We're specifically talking about top tier tonight. So Craigslist, Backpage, YouTube, of course, getting people to know you right away, know, like, and trust you is great. If you want to slam a $2,000 sale, $3,500 sale, $6,500 sale, make sure that you're presenting yourself in a video and let them know who you are. And believe it or not, I know we're goofy, but we do make a hell of a lot of money. So people, if you want people to whip out their credit card or whip out their money grams and all this kind of stuff, then do video. But that's a little advanced. We go into that with some of our training with conversions. But as far as getting traffic, I think one of our favorite is honestly solo ads. Don't you think, Susan?
Yeah, it's one of my favorites, and yet I share that point very cautiously because a solo ad does not equal a solo ad does not equal a solo ad.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So, and for our inner circle, I do teach them how to find good solo ads, how to know if your solo ads are going to be good, like how to predict them better, how to get to know the vendors. I think that's really important because
It is.
just go and order a solo ad from anywhere. There's absolutely no guarantee of anything.
No, you're right. I fell in that trap in the beginning, and it's very scary.
Yeah, I don't openly suggest it to everyone because it is a bit of a thing. So.
Okay.
And yeah, once you learn that, it's super easy. Once you learn the few key steps.
Yes.
So.
And we boil it down, and we have the favorite ones on our team training site. So.
Yeah. Here's one that neither one of us have mentioned, but it's really powerful and it's really important. And I can go into a little bit of detail how to just make sure that you have that option set up. Interestingly enough, we haven't mentioned social media.
Right.
And there's differences with every single platform as far as like the details of how to go about it. What kind of people tend to hang out on those platforms and what attracts them. But in general, all of the platforms, some of the basic concepts are the same. And that is always have your profile picture, like your eyes, it's important. Like it's cool to have profile pictures that are goofy or, with family members and everything. But essentially your face and your eyes is one of the first things that attracts people to want to get to know you, or it even like it catches their eyes. So if they're scrolling through something or they first get onto a social media platform, it's seeing somebody's face and eyes, because we're humans. We're attracted to each other in some way, shape, or form. So it might be your hair color, it might be your eyes wide open, or maybe your eyes are looking off to the side. It'll be some feature about your face that attracts them. And then you quickly have a few seconds to keep them on your profile and have your capture page link always somewhere near right in your profile. Maybe every time you change your profile picture, always have your link in there, and maybe a call to action, maybe something to attract them in, but have your capture page link within your social media frequently in multiple places and give them a reason to click through. And that's one of those things you do it once and it's done. Talk about easy lead generation.
Yes.
Easy peasy.
Exactly. When I changed my profile picture today, I put in there, I'm going to create 100 six-figure earners. So then people start commenting and things like that. Yeah. And then they start checking out my profile, which then leads them to the capture page. So that's a great example.
Yeah, and take a few minutes. Like, you don't have to do it all at once and everything, but take a few minutes to fill out your about part of your profile on all whatever social media platforms you're in. If you haven't done that, maybe go back and check through the old ones, but give them a reason to want to know more. Give them a little snippets of you, maybe your favorite quotes, but always have your website or capture page in there.
Absolutely. Social media is huge. We've made a lot of money with social media because of social media.
Yeah.
It really is.
And we mentioned video. Every description of every video that you post anywhere, everywhere, always have your link and a reason why they want to click through it.
Right.
Yeah.
And Twitter. Twitter is another up and right. Well, it already is. It's like huge. Twitter for lead generation.
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, absolutely, especially for big ticket. You can connect with other like-minded people. You can connect with insurance people, professionals, right on LinkedIn, and make sure your profile is set up correctly so that if they're I get a lot of like emails saying, hey, you had 4 LinkedIn views, had 6 LinkedIn views, whatever, right? So people will check you out when you're in big ticket, and they're going to want to know who you are to track that kind of check.
Yeah.
Look at it this way. Our members, they made sure that that was a legitimate company. I did when I joined. I knew the guy for 6 years, so I knew there's no doubt in my mind that that he was not going anywhere. So but I tell people all the time, do your due diligence. Do your due diligence. check them out. Poke them, test them, whatever. Try to break the website, whatever. So that's a really good thing to have, is make sure you have your profile set up. Absolutely. To attract big money. Absolutely. We're not talking about $25 programs here. We're talking about how much, Susan? Like all the way to $22,000.
$22,000.
Exactly. It's just another zero. That's all it is. That's what I was taught by a mindset guy one time. He just says, you know what? It's just another zero added on at the end.
Yeah. Do you want me to?
That's all it is.
Here, let me do this. You want me to do this?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to do this. Can you talk for a minute? Just say something.
Okay. Say something? Oh, you're going to put it on your board.
Yeah.
Okay. We have quite a few prospects thinking about the $22,000 level. So when you put it out to the universe, right? You put things out to the universe, you can certainly attract what you want. If you want a new in-ground pool, then you start generating leads to your system. The system can kick out between 2,000. We're talking the big ticket program now tonight, guys. We're not talking about the 200 cash creation. We're talking about anybody can come up with $200. Come on. Go turn in some pop cans and get $200. We're talking $2,000 all the way to $22,000 price points. So Susan, you're actually, oh no, you erased the one thing I really liked.
What?
Look at her. I like the unstoppable word.
Oh, I can put it back.
Okay, you better put it back. Tell Jessica to handwrite it. Or is that your handwriting?
That's mine.
Oh, it's yours?
Yep.
Oh, I thought it was Jessica's. Nice handwriting. Mine stinks. Susan's is nice. Oh, that's right. I'm not supposed to say mine stinks.
I'm going to come through that screen.
She's working on it. She's working on my mindset. Okay, I have beautiful handwriting. Chicken scratch. So when you are generating these leads, just think in your head that, obviously it's like, how do you look at it like this? I mean, this is how I look at it. It just literally all boils down to simple marketing methods. Because again, I'm not a blogger. I'm not an SEO. I'm not any of that. We're not going to talk about any of that stuff tonight because honestly, I'm too impatient. If I want leads coming in, I will literally, I know where to plug in. I know what to do. I know where to go. It's just literally just such a habit because I've been doing this for 6 years. That's a beautiful new board right there.
Isn't it?
It is. It's pretty.
How you disc the blogging and the content and stuff like that. I'll show you tomorrow. I'll turn it on. I'll publish an article and we'll have fresh leads.
Okay. We're going to do that live in person.
What?
You're going to show me?
Live in person?
You're going to show me. Yeah, we're going to do a Google Hangout screen share.
I'm not showing you. You'll just see the leads coming.
See how we are, guys? Okay, so this is the thing. That's her specialty. That's why you have two. That's why you have two unstoppable mamas, because I'm the direct response person and she's the content marketer, video queen, and all that kind of stuff. And she teaches video as well. Yeah, so you got 20. You got one. You got to put one more zero. That's a 20. Put the comment. That's 2,200. Good.
See, I told you guys we fight about the money.
There's a prime example right there. Put another zero there, Susan.
There. Did I get it right?
That's right now. Now you have to put the comma in a different spot.
Get it right, Bubblehead.
There you go.
And where does it go?
$20,000 for the top.
Where does it go?
Where's the comma go?
No, the whole number. Where's that stack go?
Where does it go? It goes into the Hip National Bank. Oh, yeah, exactly. Direct into your HIP National Bank. Exactly. It goes direct to you. Exactly.
All of it. All
and
of
if
it.
people want to
Not a
know,
portion of it, but all of it.
Exactly. And if people want to know, is Tammy and Susan at that level? Absolutely, we are. There's
You want a
one
piece
thing
of
I
that?
want to talk about the levels, because I do get this asked a lot. If you don't mind me saying this, because I feel like I should probably talk about this. We're talking about lead generation, I understand, but there's levels you can get into with us.
No.
I can't talk about it. I'm like a wild horse lately, and then you'll say, wait, hold on, pull back the reins.
No, it's okay. Go. I'm teasing.
It's like you can start at $2,000, but if someone comes in higher, you are going to get passed up. The computer will know that this next person is coming up, so you are going to lose that sale if you're not in a good position. And I can tell you the average sales, I've been doing this for going on 7 years now. I got to look up my anniversary date because I always keep getting this mixed up. They will always come in at the $3,500, $6,500 levels with these programs, because they will look at the average. They'll say, okay, yeah, I see the 2,000, but then they also see the 22,000. So they want to try to get to the $22,000 as fast as possible. If you don't have that kind of money, lucky for everybody on my team, I have knowledge of finance, because that's what I used to do for 15 years. So it's just like, if you get a cut, go to Susan. If you get, no, I'm just kidding. She was a nurse. No, if you have, and I'm not even going to say this, if you have, listen, if you need consulting, go to Susan. That's what I need to say. Okay, getting back to the financing though. If you need financing, it's a simple application. All you got to do is shoot me a inbox or email, preferably email. And you can leverage your credit. You can leverage other people's credit. You can go sell something, right, to get into a business. That's what we did, Susan. So you can even tell your leads that. If you're listening and you are on our team, you can use that to your advantage. And I had 2 team members today that was able to submit their people for financing. So it's pretty cool. Works pretty cool. But that's all I'm going to say on the levels and financing, Susan. We'll go back.
That's good. That's good. That's actually good that you did that.
Yeah, because I get a lot of questions on that. Because they know that we will teach them absolutely what they need to do with lead generation once they join, honestly, you know. So they know our reputation. They've seen a lot of our posts. They see your posts. They see my posts. I tag you and I say, oh my God, she's starting again. All these leads coming in. So, yeah. So it's pretty exciting.
Very exciting. So should we talk a bit, just quickly, we're almost at the top of the hour, but should we talk a bit about target?
Yes, you do a good job with that too. And I can chime in.
Okay, so what do we mean by targeting? If you use targeted lead generation, that is where you are going to, well, it's pretty much a game changer, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So what that means is the way you are doing your lead generation, or what you say, that call to action, how you are presenting it and where you are putting it, will attract the people that are in those places, right? And if you know who you want to attract, so say you want to attract, now I'm drawing a blank. What's an example of who you?
Real estate investor, real estate agent.
Okay, so real estate agents. So do a little bit of research. Where do real estate agents hang out? Are they social? Are they on Facebook? Do they look through classifieds? What are they looking for? And what are their problems? What are they looking for solutions for? What kind of products are they interested in? And then do that. Go there. So do some research, because there's like an endless list of people that you can target. If you're targeting stay-at-home moms, well, what other things are stay-at-home moms going to be looking at, right? They might be looking at decor, furniture, school clothes, all sorts of different things. So it's very easy to just figure out what might be the other interests of these people and what they might need, and then go there, give that, attract those people. So target your lead generation, and you'll get the right people coming through that will resonate with your product or service.
Exactly. And it's kind of funny how it works that way, like literally because of that mindset. Like, in other words, they're like us, Susan. They're very serious about changing their financial future. You know what I'm saying? That kind of professional is like you and I. So that's what we're attracting.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I'm always asking, well, what is it that you do? And so many times they'll say, well, I was a real estate agent, investor, broker, insurance broker, all that kind of stuff. So, so where we're targeting and things like that. And then of course, video, and then your content, that's exactly what we're attracting. So that's pretty cool. You can have that kind of lead flow and know that that person has the financial wherewithal to get started.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to touch on this too before we start closing out. I know you mentioned, Tammy, video, but I know some of you are going to say you don't want to do video. Like, there's always that thing. So I just want to mention, be careful with how much you resist video if you are resisting it, because it's the #1 most powerful lead generation strategy. Has been for a while, and it's going to be even more effective this year. And do people watch video? You're watching us, aren't you?
Exactly. Well, and this is what I took, like a couple years ago, people would say, well, how are you making the 6 figures a year? And I said, do you really want the honest answer? Because, and I'm going to maybe step on some toes here tonight. I have had a couple conversations with some people before, and they're like, well, do you do postcards? Do you do flyers? Do you do this? And do you do that? And I say, well, how did you hear about me? And they said, well, through a video. How did you hear about me? Well, through Craigslist. How did you hear about me? Through Backpage. They're your ROI on the strategies, because a lot of people say, well, what's the cost to your lead generation, right? For Susan and I, we net a lot of money in our pocket because we know how to generate these leads very cost effectively. That's the other thing, right, Susan? I mean, we talked about this before we even started working together.
Yeah.
We were like, okay, well, if you're putting out $10,000 to only make, $5,000 a month, there's something wrong. You know what I mean? So it's also effective cost wise. But I'm going to back up. So when people ask me, well, how are you making that money? I'll say video. I have to be honest with them. It's video. If you want to make $100,000 a year, you write yourself a check tonight for $100,000. You're going to have to make some videos. And we teach our team that. And now look at everybody's doing videos all over the place. And guess what? They're getting sales.
Yeah.
They're getting sales right and left. Yeah. Even if they are marketing a flyer, I hate to say it, but they're getting that sale because of that video that's on social media. I'm sorry, Susan. Sometimes I'm just honest, but it's the truth. Yeah. So no matter what you're marketing, if you're going to if you're going to be marketing something, everybody's going to be teaching video. It's going to be huge in 2016. Now I'm doing live stream on Facebook with video, and I'm getting so much more engagement than just putting up a post. It's amazing. So right there is one lead generation strategy if you have live stream on Facebook.
Yep. Absolutely. Right? And pictures, like anywhere in, not just social media, but even on Craigslist.
Oh, yeah.
What's going to attract them? The picture?
Absolutely. The pictures that we have on Craigslist and Backpage pull in. Yes.
Yeah. And then the headline. What are the first things that they're going to see? You got 3 seconds to attract their attention. So say something in the headline to grab their attention.
Exactly. I agree. Well, I think that's a pretty much a wrap. I think we did a darn good job, in fact, tonight.
I think so.
I think so. It was great.
At the top of the hour.
Yep.
I think Janine was just commenting.
Okay. Cool.
Video, yep. Helps even if sending, yeah, exactly. It does. It does. So, and you can initially attract people's attention through whatever source, but if the next thing that they see is a video of you, then you're going to seal the deal with that lead, right?
Yep. Yeah, like I said, most of the people that I see, that if they want to be really honest with themselves, they're doing video in order to get that sign up. If they're making $1,000 to $2,000 a day, they're doing video. If you're making $25 a day, then you're not on video. Because, and I just had to get over that shyness. I just had to say to myself years ago, I had to say, you know what, the top sponsors and the people that are making the money in this industry, I didn't get it, Susan. I did not get it, because I was an offline person. I did belly to belly. I did mortgage, I was a mortgage broker, you know what I'm saying? So I didn't get it. So, and no one told me it. See what I'm saying? So that's why I'm so passionate about it, and passionate about how you structure your training, because it even changed the way I do video. So I tell people, if you don't have that product, you better get it. Because it changed so many people's lives. You know what I'm saying? When they just listen to your video and how you started out and how you teach that and everything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So, and part of it is because it is fairly unique, because I don't think like a marketer when I'm teaching people the value and importance of a video. I think of the importance of building know, like, and trust. Because here's the thing. In my nursing career, I was dealing with really, really sick people, and they're often freaked out and so scared or half dead when I'm approaching the bedside, and then they've got freaked out, scared, upset, sad, anxious family members. So what's the very first thing that I always did, no matter what the situation was? I'd make eye contact and I'd say, hi, my name is Susan. I'm going to be your nurse for a minute here. The first thing I'm going to do is stop this bleeding. So how should you start your videos? Hi, my name is Susan. And what I'm going to tell you today in this video is blah, 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 blah. Even whether it's in a casual situation, a crisis situation, always make eye contact, say who you are and what your intention is, and then smile. So honestly, like, I didn't think like a business person. I wasn't thinking about money. I wasn't thinking about anything like that. I was just thinking about what works with people. What do people want? What do people like? What warms people up? Eye contact, a smile, and your name. Really
exactly.
Simple. Lead generation. Generate the lead. Attract them. Invite them into your world.
That's exactly how I started out, and it was just on a BlackBerry, and I said, hey, this is Tammy, better known as Team Tammy Online. I'm going to talk to you today about how to make these, you know what I mean?
Exactly. I know exactly.
And that's all I did. Just smiled and just said, hey, this, and then I nicknamed myself, and now I'm like, hey, this is Tammy, one of the unstoppable mamas here. And I did one down when right before I got home, and I deleted it because I didn't like it. This live stream, I got to get used to this live stream.
Yeah, exactly. And there's your other video that made a lot of money, and you shared your phone number. I think were you by Niagara Falls with your family?
Yes.
And yeah, you introduced yourself. You looked at the camera. I think you even said that you were nervous because it was one of your first videos. Boom.
Yeah, and people were watching me. They were walking by. They were looking at the falls. They were looking at Niagara Falls, looking at the beautiful water and stuff like that. I was on the American side, and then, you can overlook to the Canadian side. And I'm like, oh, man, I said to Bob, I says, is anybody looking? He goes, why? What are you doing? And I said, I'm going to attempt to do a video. He said, here? And I said, Robbie, cover for me. So Robbie's over here, Amanda's over here, and I'm like, hurry, film me. I didn't even know how to do the selfie thing yet, I was like, so they're standing over there, and they said, Mom, come on, you can do it, hurry. There's a guy walking down there, he's coming up the path, but hurry, you can do it. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it about it was the first, top tier business, which happens to be the same owner of Titum, right? So he owns PWS. So that's the story there. So anyway, he never saw the video. I didn't show him the video, but it was pretty comical. But you know what? That video's still out there. It's still out there for that program, and I still get leads for that video.
Yep.
And that's so cool.
It doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be professional.
No.
It doesn't have to be anything. It just has to be you, your name, your message.
Exactly.
Lead generation, the most powerful lead generation you could use.
Exactly. And I was even 80 pounds heavier. So, hey, I keep it up. Hey, it was just me at that time, right?
Yep.
So it does not have to be perfect exactly. That's why I tell people they just wanna see who you are. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's what you've taught. You taught a lot of that. You teach a lot of that in your training, your video marketing training, which is awesome. Like I said, and so many reviews from it. I mean, just so many rave reviews from it. Really is incredible. And you just didn't know that it wasn't going to be so impactful to people, though, did you?
Well, you
had an inkling.
Huh?
You had an inkling, because I remember you telling me, I just want people to listen to my videos, and I really got to get it out there like last year. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you did some beta testing, and you knew that people were doing the beta testing with it and stuff like that.
Everybody that did it got results.
Exactly.
Yeah. I was being picky about the production and all that. So I finally decided just put it out there like that. Just share it with people as it is and add.
I kept telling you, well, let me look at it. Let me look at it. And you're like, all right. And you shared it with me. And I'm like, I'm listening to it one night and I'm like, man, I inboxed you. And I said, I got to listen to this again. Okay. I'm listening to this again. And then I'm like, okay, I got to, and then I'm like, okay, I watched all the videos. And I was like, that's why I'm like amazed when people say, well, what's it about? I'm like, watch the videos. It's amazing. Very, very much, very powerful. I think that is our favorite lead strategy is video, video marketing, and you can do it on Facebook. You can do it on YouTube, Vimeo, fan pages. I'm just giving people some ideas here. You can even do a video in your email, AWeber follow-up. You can do, and we get into more detail when we do coaching and stuff like that. We got a couple people that have requested the coaching today, Susan. But we go into how to actually do video. And if you join us with Titum, and you'll be on our inner circle, and we'll teach you step by step exactly how to attract the big money with video.
Yeah.
I know we went on a little bit. I had to.
Yeah. Anything else we need to say?
Can't think of anything. Does anybody else have any questions?
Again?
Oh yeah, check that number out again, Susan.
Yeah. Is it glaring? The light?
No, I can read that pretty good. It's got a couple. It's good though. Yeah, there we go. $22,000.
Yeah.
And they can get started for $2,000. And if you need financing, contact me. I'm very creative. I mean, someday I'll share on another Hangout how creative I can get when it comes to coming up with money.
Yeah. Oh, and if somebody else if it wasn't us that invited you to this Hangout, if somebody else did, somebody within our inner circle, and you're welcomed into our whole community, and you get all of the same access and resources and training as everyone else. So get back to the person that invited you.
Yes.
Because we all work together. It's a safe community.
I agree. Awesome, Susan.
We will see you in the next video. And if you want to catch up tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Blab.
Yep. If you have any questions, that's an easier platform, don't you think, Susan, to ask questions on Blab?
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you, Susan, as always. You're awesome.
Thank you, Tammy.
Always fun.
Always. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, everyone, for coming.
Good night, John. Bye.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Peace out.
Peace out.